In today's world, the ability to communicate has become more valuable than ever. Like it or not, English now acts as a global bridge, carrying ideas, opportunities, and voices across borders that once kept people apart. If English feels difficult for you, if it feels like a barrier, instead of a tool, understand this clearly. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not lacking intelligence, talent, or ability. Your mind simply hasn't been guided in the way it needs to be. Learning a language is not about sounding perfect or mastering rules. It is about teaching your brain that it is safe to try, safe to make mistakes, and safe to be imperfect. Most people don't struggle with English because they are incapable of learning it. They struggle because fear takes control. Fear of embarrassment, fear of judgment, fear of being wrong. When fear enters, the brain shuts down to protect itself. That's why you may understand English when listening but freeze when speaking. Listening feels safe. Speaking feels exposed. They're two completely different skills. To train your brain for English in 2026, fear must be removed from the process. Fluency cannot grow in pressure. Pressure creates silence. Instead, your brain needs calm, repetition, and permission to experiment. This begins with your inner dialogue. When you repeat thoughts like, "My English is bad," or "I always make mistakes," your brain accepts those messages as truth. Change those instructions gently. Say, "My English is improving." Say, "I'm learning step by step." Say, "Mistakes mean progress." These are not affirmations for motivation. They are signals that help regulate your nervous system. The fluent English speakers of 2026 will not be the ones who know the most grammar. They will be the ones who are comfortable expressing simple ideas clearly. Fluency is not about complexity. It is about ease. Ease comes from repetition, not perfection. The brain learns through familiarity. Short daily practice is far more powerful than long, exhausting study sessions. 10 minutes every day builds more fluency than hours, once a week. One of the most effective habits you can develop is thinking in English, but gently and simply. Start with everyday moments. When you wake up, think, "I'm awake." When you drink water, think, "I'm drinking water." When you walk, think, "I'm walking." This trains your brain to connect English with real life. This is how you learned your first language, through repetition, not explanation. Another important shift is reducing translation. Translation slows you down and increases anxiety. Real fluency happens when meaning connects directly to English words. When you hear table or chair, don't translate, picture it. Feel it. Let your brain build a direct link. This is how fluent speakers think. Daily listening is essential. Your brain needs regular exposure to real English conversations. Stories, videos, podcasts, movies. You don't need to understand everything. Your brain naturally absorbs patterns. Over time, it begins to recognize rhythm and structure. When possible, repeat out loud. Copy the sound, not the spelling. English lives in the mouth, not just in books. Speaking is physical, and your mouth needs practice too. Do not wait to feel confident before you speak. Confidence is not a starting point, it is an outcome. Every time you speak, even imperfectly, your brain learns that nothing bad happened. That sense of safety builds confidence. Silence strengthens fear. Speak to yourself. Describe what you're doing. Talk while walking, cooking, or standing in front of a mirror. Give your brain proof that speaking is safe. In 2026, imperfect speakers who communicate will have more opportunities than silent perfectionists. Being understood matters more than sounding native. Your accent is not a weakness, it is evidence of effort and multilingual ability. The world does not need you to sound like someone else. It needs you to express yourself clearly and honestly. Stop comparing your progress to others. Your journey is your own. The only comparison that matters is who you were yesterday versus who you are today. Small improvements matter. Every small success tells your brain, "We're getting better." Learning accelerates when the brain feels rewarded, not punished. Connect English to things you enjoy: music, stories, interests, curiosity. Learning should feel like access, not pressure. English is not here to judge you, it is here to support you. Some days will feel slow. That does not mean learning has stopped. Growth often happens quietly before it becomes visible. Trust the process. Language learning is not a race, it is a relationship. And relationships grow through patience, consistency, and kindness. Training your brain for English in 2026 is not about eliminating fear. It is about showing up anyway. Practice daily. Speak through mistakes. Be gentle with yourself. You are not late. You are not incapable. You are learning. And learning, when done consistently and kindly always, leads to fluency. English in 2026 will not belong to the perfect. It will belong to the persistent.